Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something pretty special, an ancient secret for our modern health. It's a powerful probiotic drink called Ambali. We'll be looking at the incredible work of Dr. Khadar Valli. He's known as the Millet Man of India, and breaking it down with help from scientist Dr. Satya Modi. We're going to explore what Ambali is, the science behind why it's so effective, and a simple, improved way to make it that really unlocks its full power.
So to really get why a probiotic like Ambali is such a big deal, we have to start with a kind of mind-blowing question. Are you more microbe than you are human? Now the answer might just change the way you think about your own body forever.
I mean, just look at these numbers. By cell count, we're already outnumbered by microbes. But that's not even the most stunning part. Check out the gene count. For every one of our human genes, there are up to 1,000 microbial genes. That's insane. It means there's this vast, hidden world inside of us that's constantly pulling the strings on our health, for better or for worse.
So what happens when that internal world gets thrown out of whack? You can kind of think of it like a tipping point, right? When the harmful microbes start to outnumber the good ones, that's a condition called Dispiosis. It can kick off this whole cascade of problems all across your body.
Yeah, a disturbed gut is so much more than just a stomach ache. It's linked to this incredible range of modern diseases. Everything from diabetes and heart disease to skin conditions and even brain disorders like depression and Parkinson's. The science is becoming really clear on this. If your gut is your second brain, then a lot of these illnesses might just be symptoms of one root problem, an imbalanced, unhappy microbiome.
But here's the good news. The solution doesn't have to be some complex, expensive pill. In fact, it's a natural, time-tested remedy that's been rediscovered and perfected for us right now.
And this is it. It's called Ambali. At its heart, it's a fermented drink made from a special group of grains called positive millets. And here's what makes it so cool. Unlike yogurt or kefir, you don't need a starter culture. Nope. The magic is that it ferments all on its own, just using the amazing variety of microbes that are already naturally on the grains.
So, Dr. Khadar Valli, who's dedicated his life to this, noticed that some of the old traditional ways of making Ambali could sometimes cause problems, like bloating. And that observation pushed him to develop a new, refined method, one that's designed to give you all the amazing benefits with absolutely none of the downsides.
All right, so how do you actually make this stuff at home? Let's walk through the new and improved method. It's actually way simpler than you might think.
Okay, check this out. It all starts with just 1 teaspoon of millet per person. You'll soak that for about 8 hours. Then you cook it in a clay pot. Once it's cooled down a bit, you cover it with a breathable cotton cloth. And this is a really important detail, not a solid lid. We'll see why in just a second. Then you just let it ferment for 6 to 12 hours, and that's it. It's ready to drink, ideally first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So why all the specific rules? The clay pot, the cloth cover, the timing. It might seem a bit random, but the genius is really in the science. Every single one of those steps is designed to create the perfect environment for the good bugs to absolutely thrive.
This chart shows us exactly why that timing is so critical. For the first few hours, the bacteria are just kind of waking up and adapting. But that 6 to 12-hour window, that's the log phase. That is the absolute sweet spot. The good microbes are multiplying like crazy and they're at their peak power. If you wait any longer, they run out of food and start to die off, and you lose all those benefits.
And this right here is the scientific breakthrough behind the new method. It all comes down to one simple thing: air. The new liquid method with a cloth cover, it lets oxygen in. That's aerobic fermentation, and it creates these healthy, energized microbes. The old way, that thick porridge in a pot with a lid on it, that seals the oxygen out. That's anaerobic fermentation. And that process forces the microbes to create gassy byproducts like methane, which is exactly what was causing all that bloating. It's a simple change, but it makes all the difference.
So when you add it all up, the advantages of this new method are just undeniable. It's a liquid, so more of those good probiotics actually survive the acid trip through your stomach and get to your gut. It's aerobic, so there are no gassy side effects. It's easy to clean, and it's always fresh because you make it in small batches. You're getting the microbes at their absolute most active and powerful phase. It's a clear win on every single front.
And that brings us full circle. We started by asking if we're more microbe than human. We've seen how this internal world acts as a second brain that affects pretty much everything. And we've discovered how a simple, ancient technique, just updated with a little modern science, can help nourish it. So the last question is really for you. If your gut is your second brain, what are you going to feed it?